Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling, and today we're dealing with the 2016 Cadillac CTS-V Sedan. Now this has 1065 horsepower, 922 pounds-feet of torque from a 7 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 4,083 pounds, and it can do 0 to 60 in 3.661 seconds, 0 to 106.565 seconds, going on to a top speed of 234 miles an hour. So yeah, quite a large, heavy sedan that has a hell of a lot of power going for those rear wheels, which yeah might throw up a few issues, not just the weight obviously, but the power going for those rear wheels. And yeah, but it is also a modern car, modern brakes, modern suspension, modern tyres, and hopefully that will help sort out the immense amount of power and weight. But rear wheel drive cars tend to not do very well. There's only two in the top 10 so far. Admittedly, one of them is the Dodge Demon, which, you know, is also a rear-wheel drive muscle car like this, so, you know, it might well prove to do just as well, but, you know, it does have a lot going against it. Nonetheless, let's get out there and see what it can do. So yeah, I think the biggest problem with this is going to be the rain and the puddles, because rear-wheel drive in the dry with this amount of power is probably alright to an extent, but take away some of that traction and grip that the rain does, then you're potentially going to throw up some problems. This is still the original engine, by the way. It's just had the supercharger taken off and put two turbochargers on instead. Provides a fair bit more power, so that's the reason why. Fairly decent turn in there. Brakes seem to be able to stop this car, given the weight and the rain. Decently fast down the straight, though I don't think it was close to being the fastest down there. That's a pretty solid first lap time, 1 minute 28.125, and to be honest it was fairly tame on its first lap, but I imagine as we push it harder and harder to get an even better time, might start to expose some more of the flaws in this car. Admittedly, it does have more power than it had originally. Around 400 horsepower plus more. Extremely quick down that straight this time round. More than 130 mile an hour. Somewhat paying the price at the braking point. Might try and avoid that puddle on the follow through next time round, see if we can get going any faster. Again, solid time, 1 minute 26.186 seconds, improved by nearly 2 seconds there. So we're certainly not on for a slow time with this car, despite the flaws that I stated at the beginning of this episode. Those flaws may well hinder it from gaining any more substantial time. Again, I am impressed by how well it turns in. Far more front end grip than I was expecting. reduce the speed a little bit on that straight then, just so we could have a better braking point into the hammerhead. Let's try and avoid that puddle this time now. Well, whether or not it's any faster, I don't know, but it felt a bit more controlled. Again, a big improvement. I wasn't expecting that. 1 minute 24.903. So we're well and truly in the top 10. No doubt in my mind that this car, if it had the handling upgrades to match the upgrades in the power, would be a force to be reckoned with on the track. But obviously we haven't put the handling upgrades in, because that's the whole point of this series. I have to say, this Cadillac is performing far better than I was expecting it to. Just goes to show how advanced Cadillac has gone in such a short space of time. You have to remember the CTS-V that this is based on only started around in the early 2000s, and what they're doing now, more than 600 horsepower sedans, and I don't think anybody saw that coming. Oh, bit of a bad braking bit there. No improvement that time, unfortunately. A lot smoother through that corner there. That puddle caused understeer issues, hindering our chances of improving there. But nonetheless, that is a solid time of 1 minute 24.903, which puts it into 4th place, replacing the Dodge Demon after only 1 episode. So yeah, I am thoroughly impressed by that. It's actually only less than 0.1 of a second slower than the Bentley Continental, which is obviously an all-wheel drive car. So it had, additional grip over this vehicle, and isn't all that far behind the Subaru Legacy, which again, all-wheel drive vehicle, a lot lighter than this as well. So yeah, fairly impressed by that. But it is unfortunately nearly 2 seconds slower than the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Again, an all-wheel drive vehicle, but also, more modern than this, and probably slightly better in terms of handling, but nonetheless that is an incredible time, and yeah, thoroughly impressed by it. It's easily the fastest rear wheel drive vehicle we've had so far. Not by a massive margin. The Dodge Demon was only at 1 minute 25.077 seconds, so yeah, only less than 2.2 of a second quicker than it. But that Dodge Demon, was pretty damn quick in terms of acceleration, and I think it had more weight, but it had more power. So yeah, it's kind of trying to even it up between those two, but it also had far faster acceleration. It's more than 1.3 seconds quicker to 60. So yeah, despite that Dodge Demon obviously being the faster vehicle, this is obviously the better handling vehicle, and I think not having drag tyres obviously helped in that regard. But not to put it down on this Cadillac, it was an incredible car to drive, quite frankly. I had no real handling issues. It's mainly down to my driving skill that was coming into play, which obviously isn't the greatest, but yeah, that's a solid time from a solid car, and I'm struggling to think of any other rear-wheel drive vehicles that meet the criteria for this series that will be able to beat it. But if we do find one, that'll be an incredible car to drive on this series nonetheless. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.